up and fired. What a goal!
Shot fired and it's a goal. Shot out and it's the captain. And it goes in. It came off the foot of Conlon. And there it is. It goes through the 5 holes. He's been brilliant in this first period. The Melbourne Ice, through all their adversity all season,
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Ice HQ Ice Rink here in Reservoir, Melbourne, Australia, on Wurundjeri Woi-wurrung traditional land for the Ice HQ Ducks exhibition game versus the Melbourne Ice. It's game 1 of 2 of the Australian Women's Ice Hockey, Australian Women's AWIHL. I'll get there eventually. Their game where the introductory season for the Ducks, and they were playing against the Melbourne Ice this afternoon. It is the second exhibition series game for the Ducks in this 24-25 season. Last time the Ducks played was up in Brisbane. They played the Lightning in early November, where they went down 4-2 and 5-2. But goal scorers Cameron Prosick with 2 and Mendham were very effective. But the Ducks do most certainly come into this season as underdogs. We've got no imports here for the Ducks, and it's a local team, mostly sourced from the Ice HQ barn. For the Melbourne Ice, Gossie, what have we got?
Well, Melbourne Ice are fresh off a big series last week out against the Perth Inferno. They had over 100 shots during that series and got 2 wins, which got them back in the win column after some slow play to end off the year next year. So the Ducks are going to be up against a very talented team that are finding their rhythm. So it'll be interesting to see if they can improve on what happened in the introductory games last year, where they failed both times against the Ice.
And that's true. Experience. It was the Ducks' first experience at this level. But the interesting thing about the Ducks, it's about the Ice, and it's not going to count today because it's not really a big trip for them. They don't travel well. They've had 3 away series, and out of those 3 away series, they managed to win the 1 game. Whereas the Ducks, well, they're at home this time, but for the Melbourne Ice, it's kind of a home game really anyway. All of the players here played in our Pro League here at over the winter, so all the girls playing this afternoon have all played against each other to a significant extent. So there's no new faces. They all know each other. National anthem now concluded. We're about to have a puck drop very, very shortly. It's going to be an interesting tussle. As you said earlier, Gossie, the Ducks played the Melbourne Ice last year in the first lot of their introduction, a bit of a baptism of fire to the AWIHL. The Ice at that instance were, I guess you could probably say, he gave the Ducks a resounding thrashing or a thorough introduction to this level of sport. But they've had a year to build on that, got a few new bodies and a few more experienced ones playing, and we're looking forward to see Lucy Parrington really setting the tone for the Ducks. But to watch out for the Ice, oh golly, you know, you've got the ultimate playmaker in Australia in Shana Godfrey, but the goal scorers, I think you cannot ignore the goal scoring machines from the Ice in Julian and Butler. Both of them have got 10 goals so far this season, which is just incredible. But the Ice, they're very, very deep in attack. Godfrey with 8 goals, EDT with 7, Appicio, Dufour and Cochrane with 4 each. So you can't afford to take it easy against any of the lines that the Melbourne Ice will put out on the ice. The Ducks, they're going to need to be super vigilant in defence, and we noticed last time when they played, they got a number of short-handed goals scored against them on the power play, which is something that hopefully they've had a chance to resolve. Certainly the Melbourne Ice, if they get a chance to on the penalty kill, they'll be very aggressive and watch for players like Godfrey to really punish them if they get a bit overconfident. on the power play. That'll be an interesting one to see if the Ducks have improved that. They have had a year to get better. We'll see if they have. They're just having a little chat now in front of the net, just geeing up their goaltender. Goaltending this afternoon for the Melbourne Ice, Jess Meggs. It's great to see her getting her first chance in the net for the Melbourne Ice. She's another player who's come up through the B League here at Ice HQ and went along to the Melbourne Ice tryouts and got a run, which is fantastic. So it's a great chance for her to in net to start her stuff for the first time, and a great opportunity for her to play.
So it's the reigning AWIHL champions of Melbourne Ice up against the newest team, the Melbourne Ducks, here in the first installment of the Melbourne Derby. The Ducks hoping this will go swimmingly at the Duck Pond. The Ice hoping for a little bit of a frosty introduction.
That's terrible.
Here tonight as the puck's ready to drop. We have Julian up against Parrington. And we're officially underway. Face-off won by the Ice. Raimondo pushed that up to the winger. Tied up there by Cameron, and the Ice now in their own zone. It's the ever-speedy Christina Julian taking the puck up the ice. Nice pass through to EDT. Over to the captain, Cochran, who fires one in. Bouncing on Carson, and a loose puck picked up there by Parrington. Cochran tied up by Cameron. Pinched there by Dufour. Shovels it into the corner. It comes back out in front, but steered into the far side there where the Ice collect it.
It's great to see Paige Cameron playing forward for the Ducks today. So she's got some good ability to do that when she gets a chance to play forward.
Dufour with a clapper there right into the chest of Janelle Carson, who makes her second save of the game as the Ice pour on the offense early.
First lot of changes coming through. Both teams very attentive with getting fresh legs on the ice, which brings on Godfrey. And what we used to call almost the housemates line for the Melbourne Ice, with Butler out on the ice as well. We'll see how this one pans out.
Here's Godfrey chipping it through to Aparicio, who got that knocked off her stick. Behind now is Conlon. Center Aparicio takes a shot. Saved by Carson. Down again. Gets her glove on it. And what a play there by the Ducks netminder, shutting the door on her old team to keep this 0-0.
You could see too there, though, the play there by Shana Godfrey, just putting the puck through into the slot. Always in that danger, high-scoring area. If the puck's loose in front of the slot, there's always a chance. Godfrey knows that, and she'll put the puck there every chance she can.
Ash lost that one, and now it's Britt Mendham for the Ducks, chipping it up, hoping to go off the boards, but into the bench, and that'll bring the face-off back into Duck zone to the left of the netminder, Janelle Carson.
This is about the third or the fourth defensive zone face-off so far. The Ice dominating the play for this first few moments of the game, with 1 minute in. Stop time, of course. Puck will be dropped now, and we're back underway.
Hope Newman lost that one, and now it's with the Ice with Dutton. Centered over, blocked there by Briar Johnson. The shot there was by Baker for the Ice. Johnson behind her net now, tied up there by Dash. Curls away and is able to get it onto the wall with Mendham. Just out of the reach of her teammate. They did get it out of the Ducks, and the Ice now regroup in their own zone. Yo-Yo Meisner nearly picked it off Danny Butler. And the puck now sent the length of the ice, and arm up there, waved off for icing. So it's Minyan Yang who centered that one, and it was intercepted there by Parrington, and the puck now back there with Yo-Yo Meisner, fresh off her trip representing Australia.
Good aggressive play by EDT, trying to put some pressure on the Ducks early.
Gallagher picks it up. Nice move to evade the check of Julian. She'll take that over the blue line with the first foray of the Ducks into the offensive zone, but she had her pocket picked. And here comes Davis Tope on the left wing. Takes the shot, and a glove save there by Carson.
Carson not able to control it, though, unfortunately, but the Ducks now able to clean the puck up in their own defensive zone. Parrington doing a tower of work trying to clean up the mess.
Cochran sent that back for Julian. To it first, though, is Mendham, who gets tied up here on the near wall. Puck squirts out. It's now on the stick of Lucy Parrington, and Julian stole that one. Ducks struggling to get it out, but now on the stick of Jackowitz as she enters into the offensive zone, but steered aside there by the defensive pressure of Jasmine Mayer. Here comes Christina Julian with speed. Takes the shot, bounced off the stick of Tran, but no trouble there for the Ducks netminder as she makes her sixth save of the game.
We saw some great play by Christina Julian in the Pro League here not that long ago. In 3 games, she managed to score, I think it was 9 goals. So she was a preeminent goal scorer in the few chances she got. She came back from a pregnancy and was straight back into the game. She thought she was rusty, but she had plenty of time to recover from that now. She'll be a real force.
Raimondo kept that in there for the Ice. On it is Conlon. She takes it into the near corner. Look to center that to Aripitho. Back to Raimondo. Blocked there hard by Carson. And this will allow Yates to exit the zone for the Ducks.
Carson wisely just clearing the puck out of the zone. It's good safe play. The experience of Carson is something that the Ducks are going to be relying on a lot throughout this series.
Here's Conlon in on Cashin, trying to clear the zone, but kept in by Godfrey. Nice move, but bounced off the skate. Conlon trying to center it back. Raimondo now keeps it in on the point, and she'll send that down behind the net for Sharna Godfrey. Godfrey walks out, centers that, and couldn't find the pinch of Dufour, and the Ducks now exit the zone, but again can only get it as far as the ice as they come in wave after wave. Dufour winds, fakes, brings it in, look to center it off the skate, and down is Carson as she covered that, and she gets a big tap by the captain, Parrington, as she knows how big her netminder has been early in this game.
So 16 and a half minutes to go in this first period. We're scoreless, but the ice was 6 shots on the net, and Carson having to make those 6 saves. The Ducks yet to get a shot on the net so far.
Face-off won there by the Ducks, and it's Gallagher curling away from the forecheck. Bounces that one off the wall and comes into the new Butler playing defense there, able to just keep it in as she waited for support from Dutton. She'll go behind her net and now clear that up onto the wall.
Some good aggressive forechecking there by the Ducks in Vicky Prosick.
Baker with speed, fanned on that one, and Briar Johnson's going to collect the loose puck. She just chips that out of the reach to Dash and comes into Dutton there on the wall, and the ice able to pin it in. Cameron gets support there by Johnson, who plays the body there on Dutton. Puck clears out to the zone, but no offside, so the forecheck continues, and in is Poppy Kelly, who pins up there with Johnson in the corner. The captain, Parrington, comes in for support. Julian wins that puck battle for the ice. Back to the point there for Dutton. Takes a speculative shot that was blocked there by Parrington, and Cochran now with a shot blocked there by Gallagher. Butler pins it in on the point. The Ducks hemmed in and struggling to get the puck out of the zone, and Butler now with it, winds, takes a shot, and a blocking arm save there, comes loose on the side, and it's in! A speculative shot by Butler, bounces off the back, and Johnny on the spot is Steph Cochran, the captain, as she popped that one in, and we have a 1-0 game here in favor of the ice.
The Ducks just not quite able to clear the puck out from their defensive zone. There was a lot of forechecking pressure by the ice. On the back door of the net, managed to get that little rebound around the back, and not much Carson could do. She was splayed out on one side, puck goes in on the other, and you'd need to be the most magical goalie indeed to stop that one going in. A 1-0 lead now to the ice. Ducks will need to do something fairly quickly to get themselves a bit of momentum.
Everyone lost sight of the puck except for Steph. Veteran there for the ice, made no mistake and puts her team up 1-0.
And we're going to have, it looks like, the first penalty of the game, and it's going to be Sharna Godfrey who will sit to. Scored it to the net by linesman Norman Chan. Sharna Godfrey will be sitting to.
So this is
the Ducks now with their first power play. It's an opportunity for them. But again, we've got to be careful if you're a Ducks fan. We do know that the Melbourne Ice have got a very effective penalty kill. And last time these two teams played, the penalty kill for the Ducks ended up in a couple of short-handed goals. So the Ducks need to be careful they don't get overconfident on this and overextend themselves in attack.
But just what you need if you're the Ducks is a power play opportunity just to get right back in this game. It is, though, blocked there by Riley Ellis. Great to see her back out on the ice as she clears that down. Ducks send that up, a pinch there by Cochran. It's Yo-Yo Meisner with speed. It's steered aside there by Anshin. Carson sends it up to Meisner. Not able to get it past Cochran. Mendham just has to wait for her teammate to tag up. Puck sent down, and it just missed the stick of Carson, and the Ducks are going to make their first change on the power play here with their captain Parrington remaining out. She'll send it back to Rama, and just miscommunication is going to kill some valuable time off this power play.
The Melbourne Ice doing an excellent job on the forecheck. They're taking a little bit of a risk by pushing in so far.
Oh, and stolen there by Aripitho. What a save there. Carson has Ash Aripitho nearly short-handed. Able to pounce there for the ice.
And Steph Conlon just floating around in that very dangerous position. The Ducks just letting you have a bit too much space. Cameron not quite able to turn it into an attack. Pennington now looking to move up ice. Finds Cameron.
The Ducks just haven't been able to match the intensity of the ice here on the power play, but they'll get a chance here now with Gallagher, and it's just sent back down into the Duck zone.
30 seconds left to go on the power play.
Prochik now sends it back to Gallagher, who chips it up there for Cameron. Cameron will take it into the corner, look to set it up and center it, but intercepted there by Dash, who will send that down the length of the ice, which will nearly end that for the power play here for the Ducks.
Just under 10 seconds now to go on the Godfrey penalty. The Ducks with one more rush to try and break the puck out, but Godfrey will back on Tony Crawley for trying to put some pressure on the forecheck, but here comes Godfrey straight back into the play wisely.
And here she is on her off wing, cuts in front, looked to take a shot. It was blocked there by Gallagher, and turning the other way is the young Briar Johnson. The Ducks 0 for 1 now on the power play, finally get the puck into the offensive zone, and they battle there in the corner. Hemmed out and just chips out into the neutral zone. Back to it is Yates here for the Ducks, who goes D-to-D over for Stringer. Stringer being watched by Yang, sends it over to Johnson. Butler pinches, but Johnson able to get it up to Crawley.
Well, Yang, a representative from the Chinese national team.
Butler comes on in, nice move, taking the body there by Johnson. The puck squirts out, Cochran with a shot. Blocked there by Stringer. Yates now into the neutral zone, 1-on-3, being chased and blocks that one, and Cochran now will backhand that out into the neutral zone. Tran loses it in her feet, and that's not what you want to do when Julian's in the vicinity. And Julian now just waits for her teammates to get in on side.
An excellent covering defence here by Hope Newman for the Ducks, just shutting down Julian. Julian with a great opportunity. Newman was there, though, and killed off that attack.
Puck on the half wall, collected there by Yo-Yo Meisner. Anton falls, but a great effort to keep that in the zone. Newman now battles with the Canadian Julian, and the puck squirts out into the center slot area. Ellis keeps it in on the point, gets it on the half wall. Great pass by Cochran. Julian walks in, backhands in, looking for a teammate, but the only player there was the Duck Stringer, who snuffed out that opportunity. Conlon winds up, blocked there by Meisner. Puck's there in the slot area, one ice with 5 Ducks, and a great forecheck by Arapitho. Gets it forward, Godfrey walks the line, centers it to Raimondo. Raimondo with a shot, rebound loose in the high slot area. Meisner knocks Godfrey off the puck in a battle. The puck squirts to 4. She goes D-to-D. Aripitho goes to center it. Back to Dufour. Dufour with a shot and they score! B. Dufour with a seeing eye shot from the point makes it 2-0 here for the Ice.
Dufour, they did an excellent job of taking advantage of all the traffic in front of the net. There was a good 4 or 5 people blocking the line. Couldn't see that one coming, and Dufour with a powerful shot from the blue line, flung it in, and when you've got that much traffic, the goalie can't see it coming, and as a result, Dufour gets one in the net. So the score now 2-0 to the Ice, with Dufour taking that one from the blue line. That goal had a certain air of inevitability about it, Gossie. The forechecking pressure that the Melbourne Ice have been putting on the Ducks. Just not able to clear the puck out now. Just they need to pick up the intensity with 5 or 10% to match the Melbourne Ice's intensity to get themselves into this game.
Yeah, it's the old adage, getting shots on. It's 13-0 here so far for the Ice, and at some point, you feel for the Ice goaltender getting a bit cold down the other end.
Yeah, Jess Meggs won't be complaining. She'd like the scoreboard to certainly stay 0 for her.
Rama, though, in the corner now, battling with Davis Tope. The Ice showing this tenacity that was on display last time out against the Inferno. Harrington, always a battler, won that puck out, and now they're 3 wide here for the Ducks. Aaron pass, Wilkinson just knocked off there by Butler, and a great job by Jackwitz there just to push the Ice back into their zone. pinned up there on the wall. And out now are the Ice. Shot on the first, they score! Jackowitz with the goal, and the Ducks have half the deficit with Jackowitz, her first AWIHL goal here for the Ducks.
Great play here. You can see that's a cross-ice pass out of D, which we know so often leads to an interception. And if the Ducks can take advantage of it with players floating around the top, and Jackowitz in perfect position. So that came from an error by the Melbourne Ice with a cross-ice pass out of D and an unlucky bounce. But every time you put the puck across there, you're asking for that to happen. And the Melbourne Ice learning that lesson. They do leak a little bit defensively. We certainly saw in their games last weekend, they gave away 7 in their first game. So they do have defensive holes, and the Ducks just found one of them.
Goal scorer's goal. You can see that left to right. The puck just squirted out, and the goalie, trying to match up there for the shot, and Jackowitz knew she could find some daylight between the legs, and there she has it. 2-1 game here at Ice HQ.
One of the things the Ducks are having to do fairly early on in this game is adjust to the increased tempo. They have only played the one series at this level this year, whereas the Melbourne Ice are coming off their their 12th game. So they've got a lot more.
Here comes Cocker in the goal. She's got one tonight, takes another, but a great blocking arm save there by Carson. Puck's in the corner, looking to center it. The Ducks have it now, trying to clear the zone, but it's hemmed in there by Conlon. Out in front there, backhand by Julian, and a save by Carson. Puck comes out there, Ellis loses it against Yates. Centers it back to the point, kept in there by Godfrey. Godfrey over to Julian, gets it to Ellis. Ellis wise, takes a shot, a great glove save there by Carson to keep this a 1-goal game. Gallagher wasn't able to twist and turn out of the zone, and Conlon's coming back in for the ice. Centers that, Godfrey steals it, watched there by Johnson. Aripito off the bench. Had the puck knocked off her stick, and the Ducks now finally clear the zone and get a much-needed change.
Unfortunately for them, it's only as far as Godfrey, and now there's an opportunity for the Ice in numbers.
Aripito picks up the loose puck there in the slot. Over to Godfrey, shot, and that just glanced off the glove of Carson as Godfrey was looking to add to the ice tally.
That was a beautiful read there by Carson. She saw the threat. The Ducks were exposed. They changed a little early. Now, Ice were there in numbers, but Carson read it and shut down Godfrey's goal.
Peter with a forward pass into Godfrey. She's 1-on-5, so we'll just wait for her teammates to change as she takes that down into the corner. Head up, she was looking to get it to Dash, who comes in for support, but Lucy Parrington able to battle hard and keep that away. Hands up, so we will have a penalty, and it's going to go the way of the Ice once again as Janelle Carson heads to the bench. We have a 6-on-5. Paige Cameron just looking to regroup, knows her team can have the puck, but touched up there by...
As soon as Poppy Kelly touched the puck, that ended the delayed penalty. If you're not sure exactly what the rule is there, if you're not familiar with it, when a team is penalised, as soon as they touch the puck, the whistle gets blown, so the other team has the option of pulling a goaltender and trying to go 6-on-5. Doesn't always work, though. You can score an own goal, but it's pretty rare. But in that instance, the Ducks managed to get that control. But taken away by Poppy Kelly, which now enforces the penalty. The Ducks have the power play for 2 minutes or less.
So puck there on the half wall. It was stolen there by Butler and sent down the length of the ice. Rama here on the power play for the Ducks, who really couldn't get up to anything on their first power play. Hopefully looking to build a bit of momentum after that Jackowitz goal.
You can see also they're starting to adjust to the intensity of this game, Gossie, which is good to see.
Mendham sent it over to Carson. Davis Tope got there first, and now the Ducks will turn away, and it's Yo-Yo Meisner who winds, fakes the shot, gets it over there onto the half wall. Just tried to evade Butler, who picked her pocket, and will now clear that down the length of the ice. And first to it is Emily Davis Tope, in on a mini break, takes it to the backhand, shoots, and a save there by Carson.
Now, Davis Tope, very dangerous there. We've seen how fast she is, great effective player in those breakaway situations. But Carson there up to the challenge, as well as the desperate back-checking of efforts there by the Ducks. But they fail to clear it out of the zone again. All right, they do, but they're not able to control it.
Just bobbled on Butler as she was looking to get a shot. But look at this, Aripito gets it through, takes a shot, and she scores! Short-handed, the Ice add to their tally. Ash Aparicio making it 3-1.
Well, that's that short-handed goal that the Melbourne Ice are so famous for. Made a very dangerous change. They've still got 40 seconds of the power play to go, 50 seconds to go on the Dash penalty. Dash sitting 2 for a roughing. And the Ducks turn this one into the opportunity that they would dearly like to bring it back to a one-goal game. It's only a two-goal game so far. 5 minutes and 42 seconds to play in the first.
So face-off won there by the Ice. Julian had it knocked off her stick, and the Ducks captain will now look to regroup and try to build something here on this power play.
Prosic, beautiful vision there to find Parrington unmarked on the far wing.
Parrington knocks down the floor. The puck does come loose, and Prosic now has it in the corner. She's got Johnson coming off, but decides to take a shot.
20 seconds
and
to go on the
that one just
penalty.
went wide. Off the point is Gallagher, gives it back to Parrington, who winds and shoots that one right off the glove of Julian, and now here comes Sharna Godfrey. Short-handed, cuts inside, but Briar Johnson holds her up, and the Ducks now will get their first penalty of the game, and the Ice will move to the power play.
It's going to be Briar Johnson who will be sitting 2. She's not very pleased with the call, but that's the way it goes. So we will be 4-on-4 for 3 seconds, and then Sarah Dash will be back on for the Ice, which will give the Melbourne Ice 1 minute and 57 seconds or less of a power play. See how the Ducks can go about controlling this one. See if they can keep the Ice out and maybe return the favour on the shorty. Teams do often get a bit complacent when they've got that extra player, and they throw everything into attack. We're back to 5-on-4 now. Right
off the box. A blocking arm save there by Carson, and the Ice now will look to regroup. So this is something we hadn't seen for the Ducks. Some offensive pressure. Good active stick there by Carson, though. Puck comes down behind the net. It's Tran. Dufour chips that over to Yang. Back to Dufour. Dash going to the net. Raimondo is wide open, and B. Dufour takes a shot that deflects off a stick and into the netting.
And we get a brief pause just while the referees reset it. The Ducks and Ice both electing to bring on fresh legs. Just on 1.5 minutes to go on the Johnson penalty.
Interesting enough here, too, you get Steph Cochran joining Dufour on the point. So this looks to be a well and true PP1 here for the Ice. Cochran, who's got one tonight, looked to feather that into Aripitho, who had the shorty, but the Ducks intercepted that and got that down the length of the ice.
Nice high pressure there by Hope Newman, just trying to break it up a little bit for the Ducks. They go in on the check, but the Melbourne Ice looking up Ice, trying to find EDT, and she's got the puck, but hassled there by Ducks defence. And they just found the puck across the front, picks up Gallagher, who tries to clear it out of the zone. Doesn't quite get stuck on the half boards now as Julian goes into pinch, but it's Cochran who plays it across, and the shot taken from the blue line by Steph Cochran. No, it's a lie by B. Dufour, trying to repeat her goal from earlier, but this time Carson was there to make it safe and make the save for the Ducks. Carson's had a bit of a workout so far. 21 shots on her in this first period. That's an awful lot for goalie. But, Carson up to the task so far.
So face-off one here as the Ice continue to look to add some pressure, but bobbled there by Ellis, and that allows some respite there for the Ducks. Ellis takes it in the offensive zone, though, now, and takes it behind her net. She's got Godfrey there on the point, and will swap spots. So Godfrey off the half wall, winds back to Ellis. Ellis looking to center that one, but it was intercepted there by Carson, and a fanned clearing attempt by Meisner keeps the puck in here for the Ice. It's Danny Butler in the near side corner, just keeps that away from Carson, gets it back to Ellis. Ellis with a shot and right into the catching mitt there of Janelle Carson.
And Godfrey going off to get a change now, but you can see when she gets the pucks over on the far side, close to the big crowd over in the grandstand, Godfrey creeps into that very high percentage scoring option. He couldn't get the pass across to her on that occasion, but they've got to be super mindful. Sharna Godfrey, we know what she's good at, and she will make those shots in that position if she gets the puck. Just on 16 seconds to go on the power play for the Melbourne Ice. Briar Johnson will be back on in 16 or possibly less. The Ducks would like it to be 16 if possible.
Yeah, this referee Jeffrey Klink there just having a little chat with Janelle Carson. Only those two know what that conversation is about, but a kick save there by Carson keeps this game at a 3-1 lead.
5 seconds to go on the power play.
Behind the net there's Baker. She's got Butler there on the point. able to get it through to her, and great job there by Stringer. She's got Briar Johnson fresh out of the box, who will now, nice job to get a stick on it, and
forcing just
pucks. Any buck Johnson really exit the zone. Ryland pinches well, keeps that away from Yang. And Jasmine Mayer now will pinch in against Julia Tran.
Tran made a nice little reversal there to put the puck safely back up the boards. But Butler was there for the ice. She moves in, tries to wind, but pressure on her there from Cameron. Cameron has been absolutely outstanding so far for the Ducks positionally.
And here comes Mendham, so she's 1-on-2. We'll just try to feather that one in, but hit the shin guards of Butler, and now Julian comes the other way. Gets it to Davis Tope, who takes a shot, and that one went wide. Parrington chips it forward. Anshin gets there, knocks it into the line, shoots, and blocked there by Cochran.
The Ducks with a good opportunity there, just couldn't quite get enough on it, but a great chance for them there through Parrington on that breakout.
Cochran, great hand-eye, keeps that one in, shoots it low, and a blocking save there by Carson. The Ducks now get it out. They've got 2-on-3. Parrington, save there by Meggs, and pushes that one into the corner.
Parrington, the end there of a long shift, all she could do was take that shot. Desperately had to get herself a change.
Ellis chips it up there for Cochran, who gets it up to Aripitha. Ash Aparicio in alone here with 5 Duck defenders, and Gallagher eventually steals that one as the ice forward pushes back into defense.
And it was Georgia Carson who got a nicely timed poke check to break that one up. Cashin now breaking up the boards, but she's surrounded by a wall of white. Gets a shove for her troubles.
So here we are, Wilkinson. We're into the final 30 seconds here of the first period with the ice 3-1 leaders. Aparicio there in the slot, drops it for Dufour, who pinches, backhands it in. A shot saved by Carson, and the rebound was there momentarily.
Dufour was just caught briefly on her backhand, tries to get on her forehand now for another chance. She winds and shoots.
Block on a save, it comes back. Godfrey has it, 10 seconds remaining, and couldn't find Conlon.
Dufour with another chance from the blue line. He just flings it in, tries to get it across the front looking for Godfrey. Godfrey was there, but the puck bounced just awkwardly, and that ends the first period. A good one for the Melbourne Ice, but one with some promise too for the Ducks. It started off pretty grim for the Ducks, the ice all over them for about the first 5 to 10 minutes as the Ducks desperate to adjust to the tempo of the game. A goal early to the ice, but the Ducks got one back. And 24 shots to 4, however, through that period, very much in favour of the Melbourne Ice. And you see the two teams adjusting to the tempo. For the Melbourne Ice, they are certainly game fit and used to AWIHL intensity. The Ducks will have done a lot of training, but you can't simulate game pressure without actually being in the game. And so that's what the Ducks have been doing. You can certainly see through the second half of that period, the Ducks adjusting to the speed and intensity that they need to, and expect them to come out in the second period with a bit more sparkle and a bit more speed in their feet, which is certainly what they are going to need to have. So we will cut now to a break, and we'll be back with you for the second period.
Point makes it 2-0. Out now are the Ice. Shot on the first, they score! Jackowitz with the goal, and the Ducks have half the deficit with Jackowitz, her first. On Butler as she was looking to get a shot, but look at this, Aripitho gets it through, takes a shot, and she scores! Short-handed, the Ice add to their tally. Ash Aparicio making it 3-1.
Well, that's that short-handed goal that the Melbourne Ice are so famous. They got the puck without the feed being live. Come on. Welcome back to the ISHQ Ice Rink. We're about to see the puck dropped in the second period of this tussle between the Melbourne Ice and the Melbourne Ducks. First period went mostly in the favour of the Ice, with goals to Cochrane and Dufour and Aparicio, but the Ducks got one back and we're underway now. Cameron tries to get a shot away, goes wide over the top of the net.
Here comes Parrington, who sent that back looking for Cameron, but that was intercepted by Butler. Great job here by the Ducks, starting with a little bit more intensity, which I'm sure was the topic of the intermission speech by Coach Jeremy Moore.
There's so much you can get from training sessions. You actually have to play at this level to adjust to the tempo. And
Carson,
that first period, a good chance for the Ducks.
Carson pinned that on, but it was stolen out by Aparicio, who sent that up for Godfrey, who walks in, takes a shot, and goes wide and peels off for a change. Aparicio chasing there on the Ducks defender. Butler, who pinches now, will win that in the near side corner. She gets it away from Prosic, sends it back for Yan. And the puck now cleared down the length of the ice and waved off there by the linesman. So Tara Baker here for the Ice will look to exit the zone, and Butler gets it up to Dash, who sends it back to Dutton.
Master with some good forechecking pressure there on Sarah Dash. Dash now dumping it in deep, forcing the Ducks to go pick it up through Johnson.
The Ducks now have it in their own zone. It's the young Briar Johnson who curls away from Yang, chips it up there to Meisner, who exits with speed. It comes back and she collects the loose puck, and here comes Yo-Yo Meisner on the right wing, brings it out in front. Mendham backhands that, but stolen by Julian. Gallagher off the point, takes a shot, it bounces, rebound, hops over the stick of Mendham, and Sarah Dash gets it out for the Ice.
Good play there, Gallagher throwing it in deep and low. It's the right thing for Dee to do on that blue line, just trying to
Johnson centers it to Mendham, who shoots and knocks that one wide. Another grade A scoring chance for Mendham early in this second period for the Ducks. Ellis chips it over for Davis Tope, who knocks that back there for Anchin. Julian centers it there for Cochrane, who's one-on-one here on Johnson.
Johnson forcing Cochrane just to dump the puck in deep and have to go in and pick it up.
She does pick up her own dump, though, and keeps it in with Raimondo, who shoots, deflects right in on Carson, and the whistle does go by the official, much to the dismay of the Melbourne Ice defenseman, Bella Raimondo.
I think they thought that had gone in, but quite clearly it hadn't. It was well under the control there of Georgia. Georgia is a great asset to the Ducks, of course, one of the best goaltenders in the country, and so far she's done a great job at keeping the Ducks in contention. 3-1, the lead to the Ice with 17.5 minutes to go in the second.
Face-off one, it's Dufour back to Raimondo. Great one-touch passing, a little collision there on the dot, allows Raimondo in, who took a shot and just didn't have much mustard on that one, which allowed the Ducks to block and exit the zone. It is the Ducks' goal scorer, Jackwitz, who threw that one away, and
Jackwitz was looking to connect there with Wilkinson, but couldn't quite get the pass across the way she would have liked to.
Here's Aparicio, though, with a shot right in on Carson, and she gloves that one and gets a whistle, her 23rd save of the evening thus far.
So the key here for what the Ducks need to do is they've had that first period to adjust to the tempo. The second period's been a little bit more even so far, noticeably so the first couple of minutes. The team's a little bit more even as the Ducks have had that first period to adjust to the tempo. And they need to keep owning that space in front of the net and not make any silly mistakes and capitalise on their opportunities.
Kept in on the point, it's Jasmine Mayer for the Ice battling against Cashin. It squirts through the slot area out of the reach of Yang, who battles there with Rama. Dash now has it on the near wall, takes it into the corner for the Ice. Tried to center it and it bounced off the side of the net, and that's going to allow Rama to clear, but Crawley had exited the zone a little early, and that allowed the Ice to keep it in.
A lot of that due to the forechecking pressure there of Minram Yang. Yang is an incredible dynamo of a player, very, very fast, very agile, and makes opportunities that we wouldn't expect them.
Puck did squirt out there, and it was Crawley just knocking it out of the reach of Butler. Cashin just trying to evade the forecheck of Dash, and the Ducks not able to connect as Danny Butler, who shifted onto defense for this exhibition match, clears that up there for Mayer. Mayer one-on-one on Carson, comes in on her sister Janelle, who steers that into the corner. Crawley back behind the net, and it is Georgia Carson now who looks to exit the zone. Puck kept in on the point. Dutton clears that deep into the Duck zone. Forechecking. There is Julian. Dutton back on the point. Dumps that in. And the teams battle again here in the corner, just keeping the puck in the Duck zone.
That earlier play too. I think
Davis Tobe, nice twisting and turning. Gives it over to Julian. Centers it. And just out of the reach of Cochran, who is battling in that slot area for position and was hoping for a backdoor tap-in.
That will go for icing. I think Georgia Carson there deserves a lot of credit. She was caught in a 2-on-1 defence when the other Ducks defender had fallen over and lost their footing. And Carson there forced to make a challenge, and she managed to get the poke check in and break the rhythm of that attack. First icing I think we've had of the game, Anton. We haven't had very many at all so far. But I think this is probably the first one. I don't know. Maybe some more attendant statistician will pick that up over.
Here's Godfrey weaving and turning, and a great save there by Janelle Carson, who positionally got down and covered the bottom of that ice. A puck battle in the corner, squirts out to Anchin, who had a weak shot, go wide, and a shot save there. Carson, as Aparicio came close, as we see this hopefully on the replay after a great save there by Carson.
So Aparicio just floating around unmarked in that close slot position. The Ducks will need to be a little bit more attentive. Make sure you tie that player up and lift this tick up off the ice. You're not scoring on my watch is what that D has to be thinking. You can't afford to let a player
Ducks
be loose
face-off win by the captain, Parrington, and it's Johnston now behind the net being watched by Aparicio. She's been all over the ice here on the forecheck is Ash, and she's scored a shorthanded goal for her efforts.
Parrington there just tied up by the Melbourne Ice forecheck, but the Ducks managed to clear the puck out now.
That was weaving out was Gallagher, who got it up to her captain. Parrington evades the stick check of Aparicio, just takes it behind the net. She's got Johnston on the point, tries to feed it to her and does, and she sends that deep there for Cameron. Cameron back behind the net looking for Prosick. A good poke check though by Aparicio, gets it over to Ellis. Parrington pushes Ellis back. She tried to find her D partner in Anchin, and the Ducks able to keep it in, although only momentarily. Now it's Steph Conlon. Conlon with Godfrey. Great stick check by Gallagher. Push that puck into the corner.
There's good distance management too by the two Ducks to hit defenders there, moving back, just cutting off the options for the ice.
Dash fresh off the bench. Dumps that puck into the Duck zone, and first to it will be Gallagher.
Ducks with
she
time
gets it up there for Prosick, looking for Cameron, but knocked back into the Duck zone by the ice.
The Ducks were caught there briefly offside. They all had to leave the zone, which gave the Ducks a bit of time. Unfortunately, they didn't use it as well as they would have liked, but here they come.
Parrington sent it across for Prosick. She'll enter the zone, and it bounced off the stick of Raimondo. Yang there battles with Prosick, who pins it on and gives just enough time for her teammates to change. So fresh legs here for the Ducks. Dufour up to Dash, kept in well there by Mendham, but can only get it as far as B. Dufour, who has a goal tonight. Julia Tran for the Ducks in her zone. Tried to bounce it off the wall, was intercepted by Dash. Looking to center it to Yan. Comes back there for Baker, who shoots, and a great save there by Carson.
Carson now up to 28 or possibly 29 by the time the scoreboard catches up with that one. So throughout the first period and a half of this game. So she's doing a lot of work to keep the Ducks in this and absolutely showing her value to this team.
Davis Tope battles in with Tran, kicks it over to Julian. Julian uses her body to get the puck back to Butler, who takes a shot looking for a tip, but bounced off the leg there of Braun Cashin. Puck's battling in the corner, looking for it to squirt out. It does come back to Dutton here on defense. It takes the shot and scores! Dutton from the point. Carson couldn't see that at all, as that just went short side, back behind the net and out. And the Ducks now trail 4-1 against the reigning champ, Melbourne Ice Women.
It was a beautiful shot there from a distance. A bit of screening in front of Carson. She couldn't see that one coming.
You can see
there's
that.
a number of bodies in the way. There's about 4 or 5 bodies all lined up. And unfortunately for Georgia, for Janelle Carson, there wasn't much she could do. She didn't see it coming.
Great thing to look at, your young player, Emily Davis-Tope, just took her defender right in front of the eyes of Carson, and Dutton Smart just threw that on, and puck went to the back of the net.
And they're going to have a penalty here now. It looks like it's going to be on
Dutton.
So Dutton gets a goal and a penalty.
So the Ducks straight to the power play. The power play has been much of a momentum killer if you're a Ducks fan. So far, they haven't really been able to generate much offense on the power play, and they did give up that short-handed goal to Ash Aparicio.
So the Ducks there just deciding to put the puck onto the forehand of their captain there in Parrington for the face-off. Look for her to try and either shoot it on the net or maybe put it back to Gallagher, but that would be a risky option if they do. The Ice will swoop on that one very quickly.
It's going Johnson and then deep. So there's Johnson tied up there by Conlon. Look to center it, intercepted there. Look to push that forward. Ash Aparicio, who has the short-handed goal, curls away from Johnson and keeps that deep in the offensive zone. Tied up there by Parrington. Aparicio happy just to chew some valuable seconds off the power play here for the Ducks. Still not able to get it out is Parrington. Just happy to wait there, and it does finally chip out and onto the stick there of Johnson. Puck in the skates of Aparicio, held up on the point, pinching is Butler, and now she wins that puck battle. Butler curling away from Prosick, now being watched by Johnson, able to curl away from her, and now we've got a minute chewed down. What a penalty kill here for the Ice. It's
all been pinned in the Melbourne Ice's offensive zone. They've just maintained puck control, and the Ducks have been unable to get possession and force any sort of a breakout here at all.
And here's Butler, though, and she looked to get it back there to Ellis, but missed it.
Ellis, though, finds plenty of room. And Carson just chips the puck up the ice looking for Mendham, but it's picked off
there by EDT, and she sends that deep. So a minute or 30 seconds left on the Dutton penalty. The Ducks able to get there. A great forward pass. Yo-Yo Meisner takes it wide, but what a poke check there by the stretching arm of B. Dufour.
It almost feels a little bit unfair. Dufour is a good head taller there, and an enormous amount of reach.
Mendham ties it up behind. B. Dufour picks up the loose puck and clears that down the length of the ice, and that will be it on the power play for the Ducks. They did have the one Meisner chance that was blocked by Dufour, but 90% of that power play just pinned in their zone by the forecheckers of the Melbourne Ice. Mendham ties up B. Dufour. Puck deep in the Duck zone now as they go cross ice. It's on the stick of Newman. Hits a skate of an ice forechecker, and the Ducks sent back into their zone.
I think that came off Yang again, who is always in the right place at the right time. Inram Yang outstanding so far through this game for the Ice.
Does finally clear out, and that's going to go down the length of the ice, but right on to Meggs, who will keep that covered, and that will prevent the Ice from making a change, as that was from the other side of the red line, much like an icing call.
We'll have a face-off now for the Ducks with a chance to try and pour some pressure on. They do like to bring their D in close on these face-offs, the Melbourne Ducks, I should say, and that does mean that if the Ice get behind them, they're in a bit of trouble. So Ryland may have to put the Jets on and get back if the Ice manage to pick this puck up quickly and get going.
Dufour curls away and hits that off the glass and into the netting. So the face-off will come back into the ice zone, but they are allowed to make that change now, and they will take full. So if you're wondering
why that wasn't a delay the game penalty, it's because it was a deflection. Dufour didn't play the puck directly out of the zone into the net. It deflected off another stick. As a result, no delay the game penalty. And we will continue.
So Cashin loses the face-off to Aparicio. Danny Butler comes in and collects that. She tried to get it up to Godfrey, but it hit the skate of the official, Jeffrey Klink. Conlon picks that on the half wall. This line has been the most dangerous for the Ice. Aparicio, Godfrey, and Conlon. It's on the skate of the speedy Edie Aparicio. She enters the zone, takes it wide there on Tran, takes it behind the net now, watched there by the Duck defender, and the puck does eventually squirt out here in the neutral zone. Ryland goes cross ice over for Crawley. She misses that one, which allows Butler to enter the zone. Puck tied up there, gloved and taken in by Julian, but Danny Butler just not able to get onto the right side of the blue line, and we'll have a face-off in front of the ice.
Melbourne Ice Court. They're just trying to get it changed while that puck came across the blue line. That caused the the offside. So we get a face-off just on that dot in front of the blue line. Can the Ducks turn this one into an opportunity? They've got their goal scorer on the ice now in Jack Wicks.
Ice go D to D. It's with Ellis, who chips that up to Cochran. She dumps that in. It bounces off the stick there, centered, and they score! An errant dump by the captain. Cochran bounced in front and fooled Carson, and it's Emily Davis-Tope who puts the puck in the back of the net, and the Ducks now lead 5-1.
Well, that's just an instance there. Sustained pressure by the ice throughout this last couple of minutes. They've picked up the tempo a little bit. The first few moments of this period was looking pretty even, but the ice have picked it up.
As you saw that on the replay, the poke check there by Carson, just not able to get past Julian, who sent it back in front to EDT, who made no mistake. And the ice right back on, and looking to add to the tally is Julian, who sent that in, looking for Cochran. It's back now for Ellis. Ellis watched by Wilkinson, kept in by Anchin. EDT now goes to work in the corner as she's pushed off there by Gallagher. EDT with a shot, puck's loose there on the doorstep, but cleared away by Johnson.
Wilkinson there getting enough on the puck to clear it out of the zone. The Ducks will be looking to change, and they do.
And here it comes. So Prosick in with a bit of speed, in on Cochran. Wines takes a shot, and Cochran with the save there on the shins. Prosick with a shot saved there by Meggs. So the Ducks with a little bit of life after letting in that last goal, but Meggs able to come up big on that save.
Prosick goal scorer for the Ducks. He scored a goal up in Brisbane back in November. And we have too many players on the ice for the ice. And so they will have another penalty to sit, which gives the Ducks an opportunity to have that numerical advantage once more. The ice court with one too many on. A little bit of bench management that they will need to sort out. The player skating over to sit the penalty is not the one necessarily responsible for it. It's just a bench penalty. So they have to nominate someone to go and sit in the box for two, and that'll be Ancient who's going to sit it. But it's not her penalty as such.
So the ice sending over Dash and Aparicio to kill the penalty. Well, the Ducks counter with Newman, Mendham, and Meisner. Puck comes back to Carson, who chipped that down for Mendham. Mendham looked to center that, hit the skates of Raimondo. B4 will get there first for the ice, and she'll just send that down and out of the zone. Now, Carson not able to get there with her speed as Dash dashes through the offensive zone and just wasn't able to evade the stick check there of Carson.
If ever there's a player with an appropriate name, it's Sarah Dash. We can see how quick she is.
B4 was looking to send that on net, but that was cleared and deflected by Meisner into the corner. Rama chips it up to Mendham, who just shovels that forward, and luckily able to find the stick there of Newman, who's pinned up by Aparicio, and Godfrey, who's fresh on the ice now, sends that deep into the Duck zone. 50 seconds off the power play. The Ducks started with a little bit of offensive pressure, but haven't been able to break the forecheck of the ice until, well, not even now. Godfrey.
Attempted by Newman, was looking for Meisner, but it was intercepted. Just needed to use a little bit more of the boards there and try and get around that neutral zone trap.
Here they come, though. They are three wide, are the Ducks. It's Newman, but a great stick check there by Dutton, showing her defensive prowess despite adding a goal to her name tonight. Here comes Meisner with speed, though. Looks to keep that away, but Dutton uses the body and allows her teammate Butler to come in and collect the puck.
There's about a significant size discrepancy there between Meisner and Dutton. Dutton can just push you around. She's got the size and strength to do it.
There's time for one more rush here on the power play. 20 seconds remaining on the too many player on the ice penalty. It's the captain, Lucy Parrington, who drops it for Cameron. There's a shooting lane taken away by Dutton, who makes yet another block, her third of this penalty kill. Dutton ties it up there behind the net. It does come out to Butler. That ends the power play, so we're back to even strength. Tran with a shot deflected, poked by Cameron, but Meg's able to get the oven mitt on that one and stop the goal from happening.
Some positives there for the Ducks from that power play. They managed to get a couple of shots on the net, and they didn't spend 50 seconds of it stuck in their own zone with the puck jammed up against the board. So that's some progress for the Ducks. Goal from it, of course, but they did generate an opportunity. That's what you've got to try and do from a power play, but also make sure you don't get scored against. That's even more important.
So Meg's now up to 8 saves in her debut game here for the Ice. It was great to see her rookie lap at the beginning of warm-up. But here comes the speedy EDT, who chips that back there for Anchin, who takes a shot deflected there, and Carson not able to get a glove on it. She's up to 30 saves so far in this game, where we've seen much more of the action down the Ducks' defensive zone.
And there was that little push around there, EDT just riding Tanya Crawley off her. Crawley again around about half the size.
A shot there. Deflects wide. It's kept in by the Ducks. It's sent now back to Ellis, who chips it forward to EDT. She centers that one for Julian. Takes it onto her forehand. She'll say that was a fake pass. Only she will know. Yates stopped by Ellis. The Ice really piling on the pressure now, and they'll go for a change as Gallagher regroups in her zone there for the Ducks. Crawley not able to clear it. Johnson takes it back behind her net, and now we'll chip it up onto the half wall, and the pressure still kept on by the Ice as the Ducks just can't get it out. DeFore with a shot, and that one just goes wide.
The Ducks have some tired legs now. This has been a very, very long shift for them. They've been stuck in a defensive press for well over a minute.
Dash through that one on,
freeze that puck and get a change.
That was saved by Carson, cleared into the corner. Raimondo pins that onto the wall. She's got support there by Baker, and the Ducks have 3 in there, and Gallagher not able to get it. Here's Raimondo walking out of the wall, takes a shot, sharp side, and finally covered up by Carson. The Ducks able to get that much needed change.
They've been out there for well over a minute and a half, the Ducks, so there'll be some heart rate sitting around about 250 BPM or so. I don't know how you spell tachycardia, but it'll look like that for them. And we'll get back now with some fresh legs on the ice for both teams. And the Ducks win that face-off, trying to play it up the ice, looking for Wilkinson, who loses a footing. Puck now behind the net through Parrington, who looks up ice, trying to find Jackwitz. Jackwitz is waiting on the half boards for the pass and receives it nicely, looking up ice, but Dutton just chips it back.
Ducks now have the puck in their zone and looking to clear it through a dangerous centering ice pass, but Jackwitz, the goal scorer, streams through the neutral zone. She chips it forward to Parrington, and Jackwitz goes to the front of the net. Pass in front, and Jackwitz was there, but not able to get a stick on it. But we'll battle there in the corner, trying to center it to Wilkinson, which was picked off there by Godfrey. The Ice now 2-on-3, coming in. Godfrey on the backhand, takes a shot, saved there by Carson, and her sister, Georgia, able to just collect the rebound and clear it to safety.
I think Jackwitz would be a little bit disappointed about that previous attack. She had perfect position. The puck just bounced a little awkwardly, but she was there for a beautiful backhand tip in if she could have just got another couple of centimetres.
Here she is looking to clear the puck. It knocked off the skate of Davis Tope, and the Ducks do finally get it out to the neutral zone, but only as far as the Ice captain, Cochran, who chips that one in.
Ice changing. Fresh legs on for them indeed.
Julian cycles it down back for EDT. She's battling 2 Ducks, and out with it comes Newman. Ducks forward, stolen right off her stick by Julian, who centers it there for Davis Tope, who just chipped that wide.
Another long shift now for the Ducks. They've been stuck out in defence again for too long.
Meisner chipped it over to the other side. No one was there, so the captain, Steph Cochran, will take it forward and allow her team to change. So fresh legs on for the Ice against a tired group here for the Ducks. Cochran cycles it back, and she'll go off and complete the change. Behind the net is Yang, who, she's nifty, centering it in front. Julian centers it again, intercepted there by Newman, chipping that forward.
Ducks changing, but they need to make it quick. They're at the other side of the ice. And he managed to get 1 or 2 players off there, not as many as they would have liked. So some tired legs.
Newman chipped it up and intercepted there by Ryland. The Ducks desperate to get some offensive pressure as it just is wave after wave here to end this second period.
Ryland a bit lucky there to get away with a cross-ice clearance. There was a nice play there, just couldn't quite get onto it. Got to be very mindful of those cross-ice passes out of D.
Gang picks that up, goes behind the net. Intercepted here by Baker for the wraparound, saved there by Carson. Ryland rims it across. Raimondo gets there first for the ice. Great job there by Mendham, and the Ducks players pile into one another where you could have thought there was maybe a chance there in the space.
Messner just got herself tangled up trying to get onto that rush. Now they both lost their footing, which is a little bit embarrassing for them, but that happens in this game.
Puck does go down the length of the ice. Icing waved off. There's 34 seconds left, and look at the legs of Lucy Parrington if she's able to get there first. Mendham has it. There's still time for a chance. Puck's loose on the skates. Cameron knocked over there by Conlon, who will just kick that out, and that'll knock it into the neutral zone, and Ash Aparicio goes back the other way. 10 seconds here as Parrington chips it up to Mendham. Raimondo just trying to clear it. It's still with Mendham, who centers it. Shot just wide there by the Ducks as Cameron came close.
We'll wind up the second period. A good one for the Ice. Another 2 goals, none that the Ducks could respond with, and a couple of good power play opportunities for the Ducks, which the Ice weren't able to, which the Ducks weren't able to capitalise on. The first one in particular, the Ice had them pinned in their own zone for a good 90 seconds or so of that power play. So a good period there for the Ice. Again, the Ducks still trying to adjust to the tempo. They made some good chances. One there in particular late on in the second, where there's beautiful cross pass across to Jacquet. Just couldn't quite finish it off. It was in perfect position. So we will have a break now and bring you back in 15 minutes for the third period. Can the Ducks get another couple of goals and get themselves in this game, or will the Ice slam the door? There's only one way to find out. We'll be back with you in 15 minutes. More attendance statistician will pick that up over.
Here's Godfrey weaving and turning, and a great save there by Janelle Carson, who positionally had a weak shot go wide, and a shot save there. Carson, as Aparicio came close, as we see this hopefully on the replay after a great save there. Bounced it off the wall, was intercepted by Dash, looking to center it to Yan, comes back there for Baker, who shoots, and a great save there by Carson. Puck's battling in the corner, looking for it to squirt out. It does come back to Dutton here on defense. It takes the shot and scores! Dutton from the point. Carson couldn't see that. Ice go D to D. It's with Ellis, who chips that up to Cochran. She dumps that in. It bounces off the stick there. Centered, and they score! The captain, Cochran, bounced in front and fooled. Got support there by Baker, and the Ducks have 3 in there, and Gallagher not able to get it. Here's Raimondo walking out of the wall, takes a shot, sharp side, and finally covered up by Carson. The Ducks able to get that much needed.
and the Melbourne Ducks. Puck dumped deep into the corner. Before going back to do what she's so good at.
So Melbourne Ice here leading 5-1. Thoroughly dominating the game, although the Ice did increase, or the Ducks did increase a bit of their intensity to end that second period as they look to chip away at this lead.
And Dusty, you're absolutely right. This game certainly for the Ducks won very much of a climate cousin to the intensity of an AWIHL game. And the Melbourne Ice on the top of their game against a team which is going to struggle just to adjust to that tempo. They've done a great job of picking up not a bad period, that second one.
Here they are, though, the Ice, as they do this line. Aparicio, led here by the centerman, drops it back to Dufour. She twists and turns. It comes into the corner. Aparicio centered and just knocked wide by Butler, who had activated off the point. She goes cross ice now. Aparicio, who scored that shorthanded goal in the first period, in front of Butler, who takes a shot, and the rebound picked up there by Godfrey. So the Ice just showing their class here. B4 trying to walk it in. Stolen, though, by Cameron, who will exit the zone and just keep Aparicio off the body, who did eventually able to dump that into the Ducks' defensive
did get
zone.
tangled up there with Aparicio trying to break away. It was a good move there by Cameron. She managed to clear the puck out of the zone, out of a very collapsible Ducks defence. They were all back in the slot, mining that place.
Yo-Yo Meisner with a great forecheck, just forced Conlon to chip that out. Not able to get to it was Dash, as Mendham had the puck knocked off her stick. Sarah Dash in alone here against a bunch of Ducks. Eventually chips it up over to Butler, who's having a foray in the offensive zone. Niamh Gallagher turns away from Yang. Puck comes up there to the point for Meisner, and Gallagher comes in to support her teammate.
Excellent forechecking pressure here by the Melbourne Ice, keeping the Ducks once more pinned in their own defensive zone.
Puck comes up to the point for Conlon, who keeps that in and sends it down. Centered in front there, off the stick of Poppy Kelly. Not able to find the back of the net.
And that's Kelly's signature move, just to sit there in that slot, but she's been pushed out of the way now. Bri Johnson won't have a bar of it.
Dash.
Gives her a good shove for good measure.
Twisting and turning. Cycles it over to the opposite side, and Mendham not able to get that past the stick of Dutton. So the Ducks hemmed in for a long shift here, over a minute and a half so far and counting.
They haven't been able to get much in the way of a change to the ice, and this is where it starts to get desperate for them. They are tired.
Julian, fresh legs here, chips it back for Conlon, who's manning the point. Wines takes a shot and blocked there by Mendham. Newman up to Mendham, will chip that down on the wrong side of center, though, so that tired group
have to come
for
back
Melbourne
on.
are forced to come back on, and you can see much to the...
If you're not familiar with the rule there of icing, if you do clear the puck from your side of the red line and crosses the goal line, the other end without being touched, you're brought back for an icing, and the sting in the tail, you're not allowed to get that change, and the Ducks desperately needed that change. So just putting the puck down that little bit too far, the tired legs stuck on the ice. This will be over 2 minutes for most of them, which is a very long time in the scale of things. But finally they clear the puck out of the zone, and they race over now to get that change they were so desperate for. So now 5 sets of fresh legs on the ice.
Regrouping here with B4, not able to get it past the captain Parrington. Julian comes in as Ellis ties up Parrington, and the puck does squirt out, and Wilkinson will win it for the Ducks. Jackwitz over to Cochran, who centers that one and had her pocket picked there by Wilkinson.
The Ducks everywhere, but just not quite able to get the puck. Wilkinson now with a chance to get it over the line, but what a poke check
there by Ellis.
Outstanding, Riley Ellis.
Jackwitz looking to dump that into the offense.
Instead, it's dumped into the Melbourne Ice bench. Both teams now will get fresh legs on. But that first 2 minutes, when the Ice just had the Ducks pinned in the zone for so long, and then compounding that with the icing, that's going to cost them towards the end of this period with just extra fatigue. Those 5 players take a long time to recover from that effort.
Puck's carried in by Butler, and jumping down was Rama, centered and off the stick of Aparicio, but steered wide.
Aparicio, she's got a pretty simple job. She just races down into that slot and tries to hold position.
It looks like
doing a great job of it.
It looks like the Ice have unleashed Butler, putting her up forward now for the third period of this game, on a line with Aparicio and Sharna Godfrey.
It's going to be a very
Ash
powerful
sends
line,
it
that
back
one.
to Godfrey. Godfrey has Aparicio. It bounces off the skate, though, of Carson, who pushed into Godfrey as they exchange words as Godfrey points to the scoreboard and says, "Oh, look at that." On a line with Aparicio.
Well, I think certainly this time around for the Ducks, it's a much better performance than it was a couple of weeks ago. Carson just having a little bit of a chat there to DeFore.
Obviously, much of these ladies know one another, playing in the Pro League here at Ice HQ during the winter months. And shot there by DeFore off the stick of Prosic, as you see no love lost between these teams as they were battling one another hard.
A lot of these players did play against each other and with each other in our Pro League here over winter, where we had one of the first, if not the first, women's Pro League games here in the country. And we're enormously proud of being able to bring that to you here at Ice HQ.
Baker pinned on the wall there by Gallagher. Parrington comes in and steals that. Baker and Dash just battling there for the ice, and it does come out to Sarah Dash, who's just bodied off the puck there by Prosic, which allows Lucy Parrington to exit the zone. Great pass over to Cameron, who just comes in offside, and the whistle goes, and Raimondo and Parrington
a little bit having a bit of a discussion there with the linesman about that one. She wasn't convinced that it was offside, but the linesman in good position certainly saw it. But Cameron making a great move, streaking up that outside and trying to create that opportunity. Parrington with a beautiful pass right onto her stick. It was a tough call there on the offside, I've got to say, Gossie.
Well, I mean, once the whistle goes, nothing's going to happen.
Yes, that's the way it is, absolutely. But still.
Puck does, though, pin up on the wall as the Ducks looking to keep that in. It's Christina Julian pushing it forward, but Mendham just forces the ice back. Conlon intercepted by Meisner, but picks up the loose puck, gives it back to Davis Tope. She just sends that deep. As you can see, the ice just trying to push the puck forward, as they know once they get that offensive zone time, the Ducks really struggling to
I think one of the things the Ice have done particularly well throughout this game is a very aggressive forecheck and keeping the puck stuck in the Duck zone for long periods of time, which just adds to that more and more fatigue. As you get more tired, you make worse and worse decisions.
Mendham cross-ice pass evades both her teammates. Meisner now will just regroup back into her zone. She'll backhand that back for Tran to collect, and that goes down the length of the ice. Icing waved off, though, and Lucy Parrington forces Dutton just to shovel that into the corner. Meisner knocks the puck off the stick of Conlon, but it's collected by the speedy Aparicio. She passes that forward to Godfrey. I don't need to say it, but it's dangerous when it's on the stick of Sharna Godfrey. Aparicio now has that knocked off the stick in the slot, and Meisner goes down the other way. Here come the Ducks, but a great defensive play there by Anshin, much to the pleasure of the Ice bench. Butler kicks it forward, takes it into the corner. She's got Godfrey on the near wall, elects to regroup it back to her, and now walks out of the corner. Butler in the high slot area, watched by Parrington, has the puck knocked back, and now we'll just send that deep for Poppy Kelly to battle against Rama.
Just not quite enough pressure there from the Ducks. That worked by Parrington to retrieve the puck. They weren't able to capitalise on it. It's starting to get tired.
Oh, Parrington just bobbles that one. That allows Kelly to have a peek, but the Ducks finally corral it and do get it out, although not past Norman Yan. Parrington knocked down, no hand up, so no penalty. As she looks around, it comes out just off the side of the net as Rama rams that around, and that exits into the offensive zone as the Ducks get a much-needed change.
Fresh legs on for them as the Ice set up once more their breakout. And here they come looking up ice. They find a connection in Kelly. Kelly was trying to find Yang.
Dash regroups here, just passes it on the half wall. It is Yang who will get there for the ice. She shoots that one on, and saved there by Carson.
Stringer there for the Ducks, doing a good job of just forcing her wide, making the shot come in from a bad angle, and didn't have the opportunity to cut in and cross because Stringer was in the way, forcing the shot from a bad angle and making a fairly routine save in the end there for Carson in the net for the Ducks. You can see the ice creeping right in on the face-off, trying to set up Raimondo.
Davis Tope sends it onto the wall. It's Raimondo battling. She twists and turns and sends that behind the net. Stringer pushes that forward, gets it back to Davis Tope, who sends a seeing eye shot wide. Cochran has the puck knocked off her stick. Gallagher, though, pinned up by Davis Tope, and Braun Cashin forced to just take that out into the neutral zone all alone.
For a penalty on one of the ice. I think there's going to be an interference call.
Puck touched up by Julian, and it will be against the captain, Steph Cochran, for interference.
It's Braun Cashin trying to force her up the boards. Ran into a wall of white, and unfortunately for the ice there, that was deemed to be inappropriate. And so the Ducks with another power play. They've had quite a few, but they haven't been able to capitalise on them yet. I think the last one they managed to get one shot. They need to see if they can get more than that. The Ducks calling for a timeout. They want to give themselves a bit of time to reset and come up with a plan.
Yeah, the power play hasn't been pretty for the Ducks. You know, it's been really a momentum killer for most of this game. They're 0 for 2 with one shorthanded goal against.
The shorthanded
so they're really looking for this just to draw it up, talk about how we get the top players on the ice, get the puck moving around, and try to get some traffic in front.
We've also got a goalie change for the Ducks. And Eleanor Watson getting her first chance to play at this level. A great opportunity for Watson to make some saves, and pretty sure that with 11 and a half minutes to go, she'll get some puck shot on her, so she'll get a good opportunity to see how she can go at this level as the two teams have a bit of a chat and a reset. But yeah, Gossie, I think the big thing here for the Ducks is make sure in the power play they maintain possession and see if they can get some shots. But number one priority, of course, is not to get scored against. I think a lot of people misunderstand a power play and they think we've got to score a goal on it. So, well, really, you don't want to be scored against. It's tremendously embarrassing. That's a Maple Leafs play, I think. That's what they're so good at. But anyway, not this season. Leafs having a good season. We'll see how they go in the finals.
Yeah.
But the Ducks, but now, Jeremy, just giving them a bit of a chat, trying to organise how to composure. And we'll see how the goals in the second period. We can get a chance to read that out to you earlier. It was Dutton and Davis Tope scoring 2 in the second. So far, halfway through the third, it is scoreless. But the Ice getting the shots on the net and a couple of really good forward presses on the Ducks, which certainly added a lot to fatigue. We're coming into the third. All these players are getting tired, but the Ducks will be more tired. It's hard to get a change when you're defending all the time. And it's even harder when the scoreboard's leaning up against you as well. But Watson now with a chance in the net for the Ducks to strut her stuff. And can the Ducks turn this power play into some opportunities on the net? Only time will tell.
So Lucy Parrington facing off here. Does win the face-off. It comes back to Rama, who takes a shot on. That was knocked aside by Meggs. Puck cleared down by Aparicio, and first back to it will be Carson. On the forecheck, though, is Butler. You know, she's speedy. Rama up to Mendham, knocked off her stick by Aparicio. Carson skates to it and runs into her own teammate, Cameron.
Was looking for options and didn't have any. All she could do was reverse the puck around the back of the net, looking up ice. They find Prosic. Prosic caught.
Sends it over there, looking for Carson. It looks like Coach Muir is just saying, let's be a little bit smarter controlling the puck. And Cameron had her pocket picked. Butler sends that down the length of the ice.
A minute and a half left on the 2-4 penalty.
Watson gets her first touch as she comes out and left that there for Rama. Pinned on it there by the wall is Cameron. Puck still sitting there. It regroups back into the defensive zone, and while the Ducks haven't been able to create much offense, they've been a lot better at just controlling the puck, and now they get a chance here. Cameron over the blue, takes a shot, saved there by Meggs, and she gobbles up the rebound as the Ducks able to get a shot here on the power play.
Cameron there wisely electing to take the shot. She had Parrington going in with her. Parrington was being well covered. Any pass across to her would have been very unlikely to get through. So she had the opportunity to take the shot, put the shot on the net, force the rebound, and force the goalie to do some work. Meggs up to that in that instance, but she did let a little bit of a rebound pop out the front. I think if the Ducks contest out Meggs a little bit more, they may find themselves getting another goal.
So face-off won there by Sharna Godfrey. Puck's on the stick in Newman. Gets it back to Gallagher. But a great job there by Godfrey to pin the wall and allowing Raimondo to just get that out into the neutral zone.
Just a little bit of messy play there on the blue line for the Ducks. All they could do is dump the puck in and try and get a change, but it'll be cleared up ice by none other than Sharna Godfrey, who always makes the right decision.
Johnson is first back, but Emily Davis-Tope with her speed able to get there first and just kill off some more pressure and control the puck. B to 4 pitches, keep that on the wall, a big smash there, and oohs and ahs from the crowd.
5 seconds to go on the penalty. We're back to full strength in just a few.
Here comes Newman with speed into the zone, just chucks that down behind the net. Skating on the forecheck is Mendham, who knocks it off the stick of Raimondo. Meisner pushes that off the stick of Dufour. We're even strength now, but the Ducks in the offensive zone. Dufour pinned up there with Dash, who just shovels that past Mendham, and will now chip that forward for Godfrey. Godfrey back to Dash, in on Gallagher, crosses the line, but is not able to get it deep.
Gallagher there with a masterclass managing distance, did that beautifully, but not able to hang on to a Parrington, who was robbed by Dash.
And the puck sent deep.
And it's none other than Minram Yang now cycling around with a lot of speed.
Yang drops it for Ellis, who activates off the point. Ellis takes it behind the net to Gretzky's office, centers it, puck's loose in the slot, comes out for Ellis, who takes another shot, and a great save there by Watson. Watson with her first save of the game.
And we're going to have a penalty this time on the Ducks. Yang being knocked over there, I think, by Johnson.
Centered and finally touched there, and we have a whistle as Poppy Kelly and Briar Johnson exchange some words, and linesman Norman Yan comes in just to push.
Johnson will sit too after that scuffle with Meissner. So with Kelly. Kelly possibly a little bit lucky she didn't get a return the favour penalty. But now the Ducks will have to kill it with 8.5 minutes to go in the third. Johnson will be sitting 2 or possibly less. So far not too bad a period for the Ducks. They've kept the ice out of the net, and that's a good thing. Watson with a couple of good saves. She's had a chance now to experience hockey at this level, which is a great chance for her. We're about to get underway.
Face-off won and cleared to the point. Cochran gets it over to Dufour. What a kick save there by Watson. Cochran sent that looking for a tip. It was intercepted by Cashin, who shot that into an ice body, and now Julia Tran tries to navigate out, and a great stick check there by Watson was able to get that up to Crawley, who clears that down the length of the ice.
Took the Ducks a long time there to clear the puck out of the zone. They had 2 really good opportunities to clear it, but the ice just getting bits of body in the way and keeping the puck in the zone and breaking up the clearance by the Ducks. But they did manage to get it out in the end.
Julian in here for the ice. Alexa wait for Cochran to come in, and Cochran will have it on the point, take a shot, and another save there by Watson. Watson back to Cochran, over to Dufour, back across for Julian, and a toe save there by Watson. Best save of the game so far for the newly minted Ducks netminder, and just like that, Julian a shot deflects, and nothing Watson can do there as Julian took a shot that bounced off Ash Aparicio standing in front of the net.
Yeah, great chance there. No goalie in the world will be able to save that one unless they're extraordinarily lucky. Watson did a great job, but just pure shots on the net. Sooner or later you get that deflection, and Aparicio in the right spot. You can see from that fire in, it was deflected and totally wrong-footed Watson in the net.
Six really good save there by Watson, and that deflection just tips underneath the net, and as you said, nothing you can do there as a netminder for Watson. So score now 6-1 as the Ice break the ice here for the third period with the first goal. Cashin gets it out to the neutral zone. Here comes Yates. She's got Crawley crashing the net. A great stick by Conlon. A shot on by Crawley. Steered aside there by Meggs. Meggs now up to 11 saves. She's made 11 straight as the goal by Jackwitz came on the first shot of the game. Puck squirts out to the slot area. It's picked it up by Baker. Enters the neutral zone with speed, and just hit the skaterama, and that just allowed the ice to go offside.
May they're a little bit unhappy about the call, but the linesman in perfect position to read that one, and it most certainly was an offside. 6.5 minutes to play in the third. Ice out to a 6-goal-1 lead over the Ducks, but the Ducks have not had it all against them. They've had a couple of good opportunities, including a great one just a moment ago there by Tanya Crawley, who just couldn't quite get it through the 5-hole of Jess Meggs.
Runs into some traffic. The puck just squirted out to the high slot. Butler has it, sends it in front for Ellis, who takes a shot, and a glove save there by Watson. Watson standing tall here in the third period, being great since coming in at the midway mark. Ellis tied up there with Newman. Godfrey centers it. Aparicio shot, save Watson. Another save on the rebound from Butler, as Watson standing on their head. Puck back to Godfrey. Godfrey shot, kicked aside there by Johnson.
Johnson wisely deflecting off into the corner as now the Ducks try and clear the zone again, and this time they do, forcing the linesman to get right out of the way, but it's going to go for icing again, unfortunately for the Ducks. They'll be brought all the way back for a face-off in their own zone. Just over 5 minutes and 50 seconds to play in this third period. Can the Ducks get another one? Or can the Ice slam the door hard? We'll see in just a few more moments.
Watson has been great since coming in for the Ducks, a bright spot here for this third period. But the Ice just don't seem to want to go away. They keep putting on the pressure. You can tell this cross-town rivalry means more than just a score. And here coming out front, Cochran centers it. Chipped by Dufour over to Raimondo. Gets it down, centered, and Davis Tote tried to shovel that in, but just missed. B. Dufour gets a shot on. That's blocked by Watson. Meisner, watched here by Dufour, shovels it forward for Mendham. Mendham chips it past Raimondo, but Cochran is back there for the Ice. Cochran pushes Mendham aside. Meisner pins up there with Raimondo. Raimondo kicks it forward, blocked there by Mendham. So the Ducks have a little bit of offensive pressure here with the puck on the stick of Mendham. Centers it there for Meisner. Back for Tran. Tran winds with a shot and saved by the chicken wing of Dufour. Here comes Julian, who just left the puck behind as she entered in with speed.
And Tran returned the favour there. Couldn't take the puck with her either, as blasting in now Yang tries to make something out of it. Just ends up running into Ryland. And the body scattering around all over the place. 4.5 minutes to play now in the third.
Intercepted here by Cameron, who battles in with Dash. Dash wins it out, and she's out with Poppy Kelly. It's 2-on-2. Dash, wide shots, and a save there by Watson on a howitzer by Sarah Dash.
Watson's worn that one high, but certainly seems to be okay.
Yeah, just a great call there by Jeffrey Klink. You can see the shot off the mask, just knocked the strap off, and he's going to allow the netminder just to fix that up to prevent any injury.
Watson has been outstanding throughout this period. He's had an awful lot of shots and made almost all the saves. The only one that got through, no goalie was going to save that one. So he's been outstanding so far through this period. Not to take anything away from Janelle Carson, who was brilliant earlier.
Yeah, Nelly had 50 shots. It's the third straight game the Melbourne Ice have put on more than 50 shots, as they doubled that up against the Perth Inferno last week in Melbourne for the Pride game. They
Cameron there just ran into the brick wall of Christine Dutton up on that point line. She's trying to get past her. Here's another chance now, Parrington. Now they're buried in behind the back of the net. The Ice looking to put more pressure on, but they break the puck up now, the Ducks. And it's Cameron now with a bit of room in front of her. She's drawn 2D. Can she get the shot away? She's pushed deep into the corner, floating around in the front. Prosek, but they couldn't get the puck across to her now. One more chance there as the players collide across. And Sarah Dash just coming try. A shot taken in from distance, saved there by Meggs.
So here come the Ducks just pressuring in the offensive zone. Cameron cycles it back behind the net. It's collected here by Conlon, who just backhands that up into the neutral zone. Johnson, first back for the Ducks, being watched there by Kelly. Will just pause up behind the net and pass it up over to Rama. Rama up to Crawley, missed everyone. Icing waved off there by the linesman as Ansher back there for the ice. Yates pushes that forward, just missed Crawley. This allows Ellis to exit the zone and pass that up to Butler, who's playing center now for the third period. Butler drops it back to Godfrey, walks off the wall, and a great stick check there by Braun Cashin as Shauna Godfrey was loading up, ready to snipe.
It certainly looked dangerous there. Cashin saw the threat and just picked Godfrey's stick up out of the way.
Godfrey, though, still on it now, steals the puck off the stick of Cashin. Godfrey sends it back to the point, missed Ellis. First back, though, will be Anshin there for the ice, and the ice will come right back in on the Ducks with 2 minutes remaining. Here's Butler with a move on the backhand, goes through the 5-hole, but closing the legs is Watson as they make once again another great save there on the ice.
Well, no, how dangerous the Melbourne Ice are in that situation and getting close. And it was some great work there by the Ducks defence shutting that down, and in the end, of course, Watson making sure that it didn't go through. Just over 2 minutes now to play in this third period.
Watson now up to 10 saves in the period, and down goes Davis Tope, and it will be a penalty against the Ducks.
When they pulled the goalie the ice, they're going to go 6-on-5 until
so Cochran
happens.
Pinned up there by Parrington. Ice send it back down, and it comes out into the neutral zone, but first back will be Raimondo. So a minute 40 left. It's 6-on-5 now as a delayed penalty against the Ducks. And finally, as Ryland touches up, we will have a face-off, and the Ice will go right back to the power play where they scored on their last opportunity.
They certainly do it, and it's Tran who's going to be sitting this one. So in terms of the way the game will play out now, it's a 2-minute penalty on Tran, so she will be in the penalty box until the end of the game, unless a goal is scored. So the Ducks will be forced to kill the penalty for the remainder of the game or give away a goal. I'm sure they'd rather kill the penalty if they can. Just on 94 seconds to play.
So Bedefor has it on the point, centers that, and just deflects wide. Conlon has it behind the net. She's got Dash on the half wall, pushes it up forward to her. Dash back down to Butler, takes it behind the net. Has Godfrey high slot, finds her. Godfrey shoots, and a save there by Watson. Dash curls away from Newman, gets it back to Ellis. Ellis back to Dash, who winds, takes the shot, and saved again by Watson. Mendham picks up the loose puck, has her pocket picked by Butler as the Ice come right back at it. Butler behind the net, has Ellis, finds her, winds, takes the shot, deflects high, off the crossbar, and collected again by Dash. So plenty of pressure here for the Ice. Godfrey back to Ellis. Ellis back to Dash. Dash shoots. Saved by Watson. Ellis regroups, sends it deep. Butler looking for a cross-seam pass, gets it back and shovels it back to Ellis. Ellis to Butler. Butler shoots. Save there by Watson.
20 seconds to go.
Godfrey on the far close point now. Sends it deep for Dash. Misses her, and that allows Rama to send that around and all the way down the length of the ice.
And that's going to leave the ice with one more opportunity to try and fling a shot in from a distance. But only the 5 seconds now to play. I can't see them getting another shot on the net. We're going to get the buzzer in just a moment. They need to shoot now, and they don't. They chip it in. So at the end of the third period, the Melbourne Ice, 6 goals from 57 shots on the net. So an outstanding performance by them. The Ducks won from 14 with a goal early in the first. And the Ducks spent most of that game adjusting to the speed and tempo that the Ice were playing. The Ice played a particularly effective forechecking game and kept the Ducks pinned in their zone for many, many periods, long periods of time indeed. But a good learning experience there for the Ducks. Playing against Gossie, I think you'd have to agree there, Melbourne Ice is the leading team at the moment in the AWIHL. They're certainly on top of the ladder and last season's premiers. And well, you know just exactly how good they are, not just in terms of individually skilled players, but superb teamwork.
Great, too, to see Megs get a W in her first start there for the Ice. And we'll be back at it tomorrow and look forward to hearing from all of you guys on the socials.
We certainly will. So tomorrow's game is again at 4:15 p.m. Come down here to ISHQ, fill the barn. We've had a good crowd here today. We'd love to see more of you come along down here tomorrow and really show both of these teams your appreciation. It's a very entertaining game, and tomorrow it may be closer. Certainly this time a much better performance by the Ducks compared to the last time these two teams met, where I think it was
back across for Julian, a toe save there by Watson. Best save of the game so far for the newly minted Ducks netminder, and just to do there as Julian took a shot that bounced off
by Tanya Crawley, who just couldn't quite get it through the 5-hole of Jess Meggs.
Runs into some traffic. The puck just squirted out to the high slot. Butler has it, sends it in front for Ellis, who takes a shot, and a glove save there by Watson. She's out with Poppy Kelly. It's 2-on-2. Dash, wide shots, and a save there by Watson on a howitzer by Sarah Dash.
Watson's worn that one high, but certainly seems to be okay.
Yeah, just a great call there by Jeffrey Klink. You can see the shot off the mast, just knocked back in on the Ducks with 2 minutes remaining. Here's Butler with a move on the backhand, goes through the 5-hole, but closing the legs is Mendham picks up the loose puck, has her pocket picked by Butler as the Ice come right back at it. Butler behind the net, has Ellis, finds her, winds, takes the shot, deflects high, off the crossbar, and collected again by Dash. So plenty of pressure here for the Ice. Godfrey back to Ellis. Ellis back to Dash. Dash shoots. Saved by Watson.
This broadcast is powered by Sportscast Australia.